Good day and welcome to my Bible and I daily reading. This is where we discuss a chapter from the Bible each and every day. Okay, we're currently in the book of Joshua, chapter 21. And before I start off by reading the chapter, may we close our eyes with a word of prayer. Our gracious Father, who art in heaven, Lord, thank you for being with us as we're about to read your word. I pray that you open our minds and help us to receive it and understand it and find what will be most applicable in our lives today. This is my humble prayer in your mighty name, Lord. Amen. All right, okay, so we read from Joshua chapter 21, and I read from the New King James Version. It reads as follows. Then the heads of the fathers' houses of the Levites came near to Eleazar the priest, to Joshua the son of Nun, and to the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of the children of Israel. And they spoke to them at Shiloh in the land of Canaan, saying, The Lord commanded through Moses to give us cities to dwell in, with their common lands for our livestock. So the children of Israel gave to the Levites from their inheritance, at the commandment of the Lord, these cities and their common lands. Now the Lord came out for the families of the Kohathites, and the children of Aaron the priest, who were of the Levites, had 13 cities by lot from the tribe of Judah, from the tribe of Simeon, and from the tribe of Benjamin. The rest of the children of Kohath had 10 cities by lot from the families of the tribe of Ephraim, from the tribe of Dan, and from the half-tribe of Manasseh. And the children of Gershon had 13 cities by lot from the families of the tribe of Issachar, from the tribe of Asher, from the tribe of Naphtali, and from the half-tribe of Manasseh in Bashan. The children of Merari, according to their families, had 12 cities from the tribe of Reuben, from the tribe of Gad, and from the tribe of Zebulun. And the children of Israel gave these cities with their common lands by lot to the Levites, as the Lord had commanded by the hand of Moses. So they gave from the tribe of the children of Judah and from the tribe of the children of Simeon these cities, which are designated by name, which were for the children of Aaron, one of the families of the Kohathites, who were of the children of Levi, for the lot was theirs first. And they gave them Kirjath Arba. Arba was the father of Anak, which is Hebron, in the mountains of Judah, with the common land surrounding it. But the fields of the city and its villages they gave to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, as his possession. Thus to the children of Aaron the priest they gave Hebron with its common land, a city of refuge for the slayer, Libnah with its common land, Jatir with its common land, Eshtemoa with its common land, Holon with its common land, Debir with its common land, Ain with its common land, Juttah with its common land, and Bethshemesh with its common land. 9 cities from those two tribes. And from the tribe of Benjamin, Gibeon with its common land, Geba with its common land, Ananoth with its common land, and Almon with its common land, 4 cities. All the cities of the children of Aaron, the priests, were 13 cities with their common lands. And the families of the children of Kohath, the Levites, the rest of the children of Kohath, even they had the cities of their lot from the tribe of Ephraim. For they gave them Shechem with its common land in the mountains of Ephraim, a city of refuge for the slayer. Gaza with its common land, Gibzam with its common land, and Beth-horon with its common land, 4 cities. And from the tribe of Dan, Eltekah with its common land, Gibbethon with its common land, Aijalon with its common land, and Gath-rimmon with its common land, 4 cities. And from the half-tribe of Manasseh, Tanakh with its common land, and Gath-rimmon with its common land, 2 cities. All the 10 cities with their common lands were for the rest of the families of the children of Kohath. Also to the children of Gershon of the families of the Levites, from the other half-tribe of Manasseh, they gave Golan in Bashan with its common land, a city of refuge for the slayer. And Be'eshterah with its common land, 2 cities. And from the tribe of Issachar, Kishion with its common land, Debereth with its common land, Jarmuth with its common land, and En-gannim with its common land, 4 cities. And from the tribe of Asher, Mishal with its common land, Abdon with its common land, Helkath with its common land, and Rehob with its common land, 4 cities. And from the tribe of Naphtali, Kadesh in Galilee with its common land, a city of refuge for the slayer. Hamoth Dor with its common land, and Kartan with its common land, 3 cities. All the cities of the Gershonites according to their families were 13 cities with their common lands. And to the families of the children of Merari, the rest of the Levites, from the tribe of Zebulun, Jokneam with its common land, Karta with its common land, Dimnah with its common land, and Nahalal with its common land, 4 cities. And from the tribe of Reuben, Bezer with its common land, Jahaz with its common land, Kedemoth with its common land, and Mephath with its common land, 4 cities. And from the tribe of Gad, Ramoth in Gilead with its common land, a city of refuge for the slayer. Mahainan with its common land, Heshbon with its common land, and Jazer with its common land, 4 cities in all. So all the cities for the children of Merari, according to their families, the rest of the families of the Levites, were by their lot 12 cities. All the cities of the Levites within the possession of the children of Israel were 48 cities with their common lands. Every one of these cities had its common land surrounding it. Thus were all these cities. So the Lord gave to Israel all the land of which he had sworn to give to their fathers, and they took possession of it and dwelt in it. The Lord gave them rest all around, according to all that he had sworn to their fathers, and not a man of all their enemies stood against them. The Lord delivered all their enemies into their hand. Not a word failed of any good thing which the Lord had spoken to the house of Israel. All came to pass. May the Lord add a blessing to his word now and forevermore. Amen. All right, Joshua 21. Okay, now this section is essentially keeping to the promise. Remember, everybody at this stage has received their allotment of land except the one tribe, the Levites. Okay, now it had been specified that they were not going to receive any land, but instead they were going to receive portions from their brothers' lands. Okay, so in this chapter, they're also receiving it's the fulfillment of the promise given to the Levites as well. So essentially, it's the Kohaths, the Gershonites, and the house of Merari. And the house of Merari. So they're the ones receiving, as well as we see Caleb, okay, as well as Aaron also be mentioned here. So they all receive their allotment of land as well. Okay, so it's quite interesting here, okay, like first a person would assume that because they have a total of 48 cities given to them, okay, from, all their brothers' portion, it would be assumed that they have received the most out of everybody else that received. But, if you consider that they're receiving portions from, their brothers, so it's not specified how big are their portions. They could have received bigger portions, or they could have received just enough, or smaller portions, okay? So even though they received a total of 48 cities I don't, from this section, okay, I don't have enough information to believe that maybe their land was more, okay? So maybe their land was not more. Maybe they received equivalent to their brothers, okay? We don't receive much about that from this section, but what we received is that the promise given to them was fulfilled, okay? They also received their allotment of land, okay? Each and every one of them. Now, one thing that stood out for me, okay, one thing that I'm definitely taking home is how I want us to notice, even though they also received their allotment of land, and even though the promise had already been given, nowhere do we read of them being called, okay? It doesn't say, and then they were called to Shiloh and they received their allotment of land. No, okay? Instead, they went to go and claim the promise given to them, okay? So once again, though the promise is theirs to receive, they had to play the part. They had to go and actually express, by the way, you brothers of ours have all received your allotment of land, and we haven't received ours. And according to what God had expressed, we receive from your lands, okay? They needed to understand that promise in full so that they can actually go and claim, okay, what they also know of. So that's what I took from this section. It's quite important that, we understand the promises that God has given to us, okay? Each and every promise that God has given to us. Why do we do what we do? What are we waiting for, okay? What do we believe in? Why do we believe in what we believe in, okay? Is there a promise attached to it? What is that promise? It's very important that we understand the promises have been given to us, because God would sometimes actually wait for us to actually go and claim the promise. The promise is there for us to receive, but there's a part for us to play, okay? We actually have to do our part to receive that promise. So here, the house of Levi, the Levites, go and they do their part, and them doing their part, they receive their blessing as well. Okay, so that's what I definitely took home. As much as we all want to receive the best of, the best in the world, as much as we want to receive blessings and, so much that, we aspire to attain in life, it's quite important that we take that first step. It's quite important that we actually do our part, get things done. And once we start taking, those steps, once we start stepping out of our comfort zones, when we do that, the blessings come. Okay, because at the end of the day, we all are capable of being at our best, and all that we need to be at our best is available. Okay, it just requires that we put in that necessary step, okay, and do our part. And once we do that, we will see how beautiful things are actually awaiting us, how our blessings are there for us to receive. Okay, so that's what stood out for me here. Wow, when I read it, I was like, what, it's very important. Sometimes that blessing will wait until we get up and we go to claim them. Okay, let's claim our blessings. Okay, they are rightfully ours. And once we've done that part, we will really get to enjoy our blessings, and we'll really receive the best of what life has to offer. So on the contrary, if you don't do that, the blessings may just wait there. Okay, that very promotion that you've been waiting for may just be needing you to take one step and just approach your boss, and it's yours. That girl that you love so much, you've never asked, you're hoping she comes to ask you, but she doesn't. If you just take that step, you never know, you may receive that blessing. So let us gain that courage, and let us do what we need to do. Let's do our part, and we'll allow God to take care of the rest. Okay, so that's what I received from this section. Okay, so I definitely would like to hear your views of the section as well. What else did you pick up from this? Okay, let's continue to read and learn together as we continue with our daily study. Before we end the session, let's close with a word of prayer. Our gracious Father in heaven, Lord, thank you for reminding us once again that there is a role for us to play, and give us the courage so that we always do our part, Lord, and we receive the blessings that you have in store for us, Lord. Be with us as we continue to develop and grow to being the best that we possibly can be through you guiding us at even each and every step of the way. Lord, this is my humble prayer in your mighty name, Lord. Amen. Okay, be blessed. Take care.